Alright guys, we are back with some more MX versus ATV Legends. Today we are going to be checking out the two strokes and straight rhythm. Now, we also will check out two outdoor tracks because I don't have all the straight rhythm tracks unlocked. So we have to do a bit of motocross to show the bikes I want to show off. Now, before we get started, I do want to show you all the two strokes that are going to be in the game. We have KTM, the YZ, TC, the CR, and then the 125 version of the same bike. So there's a ton of bikes in here, and I was surprised to see the CR. It's just a little treat, right? I mean, I don't think anybody expected them to put the CR 125 and 250 in the game. Now, don't worry, we've got the CR 125 up first with the first straight rhythm in third person and first person. But before we do that, we have a bike showcase and kind of a cool intro to straight rhythm. Alright, so we've got the CR125 in third person for the first straight rhythm track. Like I said, we have first person as well. In this straight rhythm, I kind of want to talk about the track as well. This straight rhythm isn't so bad. It wasn't super difficult. I mean, it had tough spots on it, but for the most part, it was pretty easy. The second straight rhythm is wicked tough. Super tough. We use the KTM 250 on that track, and it took forever. The second half of that straight rhythm run is like impossible. It's so tough. It's so difficult, but you'll see that when we switch over to that straight rhythm, but super tough. But yeah, let's talk about the 125. I will have some 250, 125 raw gameplay at the very end of the video, just in case you can't hear it while we're talking over it. I know that's a big thing, and you know, when you're trying to hear the sound and I'm talking, you probably can't hear it that great. So at the very end of the video, we do have some raw gameplay of both the 250 and 125, so don't worry, it's coming. Now, for the 125 sound, in my opinion, I don't mind it. It's similar to the way it was in All Out. If you remember when All Out first came out, the 125, 250, the 125 in particular didn't sound that great. And then they did a game update and changed the sound on it. It was like completely different. It was way better. This sounds fine. The only problem I guess I have with it is that when you get to the top of any gear you're in, the sound kind of disappears. It kind of cuts out. I'm not really sure what's making it do that, but that's really the only complaint I have with the 125. And I know they used a real 125 bike to get that sound, right? So I wish they could do that for the 250. I mean, maybe they did and it just doesn't seem like it, but I wish the 250 could get the same, you know, a similar sound as the 125. It just, I'm not sure if it's the same sound that was in All Out for the 250. I know the 250 was the same as the 125 when it first came out. I think even the 500 from All Out, they adjusted all the two-stroke sounds in that game, but the most noticeable was the 125. So I wish the 250 could get a similar sound as a 125, and maybe it will. You know, maybe it'll be like All Out, and they'll do an update that completely changes the sound on the 250. Maybe, you know, we don't know. We'll have to see, but right now for sure the 125 sounds better than the 250. So that was a KTM 250 on what, in my opinion, was a super difficult straight rhythm. Very, very tough. The back half of that straight rhythm was so insane. It's not impossible, but it's very, very difficult to get the right timing. It isn't just a full send. You really, 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 really have to scrub really well or let off the gas. It's so tough. It was like I played on that straight rhythm forever trying to get a decent run, and that was just the best I could do. This is the YZ125. We're on, I'm not sure what track this is called. You get it pretty early in the game if you do the career. But I ran this in first person. I do have, again, if you're waiting for raw gameplay of a 125 250, it's at the very end. That's where we have the third person YZ125 on this same track. So if you're a third person player or you favor third person, just skip ahead to the end and you can hear the raw gameplay. But this was a fun track. I mean, I talked about it in the motocross track video we did. All the tracks, I don't think there's really any track I don't like. Maybe the first track you do in the career is probably my least favorite, and that's just because, hey, I mean, it's a really easy track. It's a beginner track. It's kind of it's the track that introduces you to the game. So I'm not surprised it's kind of on the easier side, you know, for people that maybe haven't played an MX versus ATV game. So I don't really have a problem with it, but yeah, all the tracks are freaking awesome. And my favorite part of doing this video with the two strokes was using the 125s in first person. It just felt like you could really rip around the track, you know? Like we were really flying around the track. Now, when I did this in the career, my 125 was not upgraded, and we weren't getting over most of this stuff. And so when I decided to use this track for the video, I wasn't really sure how well it was going to work, because the last time I was on it was on a stock 125 in the career, and we were really, really, really struggling to get around this track. I mean, we do case a tiny bit here and there, but for the most part, once you upgrade the 125, I don't feel like, I mean, yeah, the 450 is faster, but, you know, I think for the most part, the 125 can do pretty much anything the 450 can do. And then here we have the TC250. I'm only going to talk over a tiny bit of it so you can hear the 250 sound without my commentary ruining it. So yeah, this is another motocross track. It's North Pond, I think. One of the early tracks that you do if you do the career at the very beginning. So one of the easier tracks, but yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. How do you feel about it? Are you pumped to have the CR125 250 in the game? I am. It's freaking awesome. By far my favorite bike is the CR125. It looks awesome. It's fun to play in first person and just rail a track, you know. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. This is the end of my commentary, and the rest of the video is just going to be raw gameplay of this TC250 and the YZ125. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. It really does mean a lot. And until the next video, take it easy.